I'm going to take a look at this idea of a new world order. There's an interesting article on Wikipedia here, and it says that it's a conspiracy theory that suggests a secretly emerging totalitarian world government, and then it talks about the different things in the new world order, that it's a secretive and powerful elite with a globalist agenda is conspiring to eventually achieve world domination and rule the world through an authoritarian one world government which will replace sovereign nation states. So it's definitely worth reading this. It's quite a long article, but it goes into the issue of conspiracy theories. Now, I generally not a believer in conspiracy theories because most of the time conspiracy theories are essentially not really explaining a situation. They're just exploiting coincidences and so-called anomalies to create a narrative, and that, if anything, what they're actually doing is explaining away evidence rather than actually explaining a situation with real evidence. But it could be that there is a kind of new world order and that it's not so secretive, it's actually acting in plain sight. So if we look at this here, so this is a video from Klaus Schwab, who's the head of the World Economic Forum. I won't play the video, you can have a look at that yourself, but you can see here from the text it says that the World Economic Forum leader and author of the Great Reset is talking about the Young Leaders Programme, which includes Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and Schwab uses this term that they penetrate the cabinets, and that he was in a reception for Trudeau, and he knows that half of his cabinet, or more than half, are young leaders at the World Economic Forum. So clearly there's something going on with this organisation here. They've got this Young Global Leaders Programme, which we can see here, and essentially they're trying to get them into governments and presumably even different political parties of different countries. I'm guessing this is perhaps more Western countries than others, but it's not obvious how far the tentacles of this outfit go. So we can see here the description of the Young Leaders Programme. It's even looks like it's been registered as a I don't know whether it's a trademark or some kind of commercial slogan. It's got the R in the circle there. So it says that it's an accelerator for a dynamic community of exceptional people with a vision, courage and influence to drive positive change in the world. So it talks about how many people are involved, and this includes people kind of across the spectrum, so in business, technology pioneers, educators, activists. Now there's a big category: activists, artists, journalists and more, and clearly politicians. And then it says that so the Young Global Leaders is aligned with the World Economic Forum's mission, which is to seek to drive public-private cooperation in the global public interest, and that they're united by the belief that today's pressing problems present an opportunity to build a better future across sectors and boundaries. Now I think that all sounds well and good, but there is some big questions there about democracy. If basically politicians and lots of other people in positions of influence around the world have essentially part of this Young Global Leaders Programme and are following the precepts and the ideas of the World Economic Forum, it certainly seems quite sinister to me, in the sense that it could potentially impact democracy quite negatively if these people really do penetrate cabinets of governments around the world. Then who exactly are the voters voting for? It sounds like you can vote for anybody as long as they're aligned with the World Economic Forum. If we take this to the extreme, if we go to this, there's this other outfit here which I came across, the World Governments Summit. So it sounds like a kind of similar thing. It explains here that it's a global, neutral, non-profit organisation dedicated to shaping the future of governments. Now, again, that sounds a little bit sinister to me. You know, who are these people that they should be shaping our governments? And then it goes on to talk about their mission there. And I thought this is particularly ironic here. So it's it talks about the the organisation being under the dynamic leadership, whatever that means, of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, if that's pronounced correctly, who's the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai, and is poised to scale newer heights of excellence and inclusivity. Now, I think somebody who's running a country in the United Arab Emirates really needs to be a bit coy about talking about inclusivity, given we know how they treat certain people in those countries, such as homosexuals and migrant workers. So, if we go back here, so this is a conspiracy theory, the New World Order. I'm sure there's lots of different versions of it. But if you ever hear anybody talking about it, maybe you should send them this video and show actually there is a potentially powerful elite with a globalist agenda, but they're not secretive. They're actually acting in plain sight. They're telling us what they're doing. We know every year they meet in Davos for the World Economic Forum. It's all over the news. So, you know, these people are certainly up to something.